Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Lifesavers channel from DKMS. Today I'm going to be talking to a very, very special guest. But before I come to that, let me just mention that DKMS is all around the world. They've recently come into India and they're doing some amazing work. They're saving lives. They're helping out people who are suffering or fighting blood cancer. So do follow us. We have our own YouTube channel. And we'd like to hear from you. We'd like your opinions. Well, otherwise, more than that, we'd like you to just register online with us at DKMS. Having said that, I've got an very, very, very special guest with us today. She's a combination of beauty, brains, and bravery, if I may add. And her name is Deepika Ladwani. She happens to also be one of the first persons who's actually donated her stem cells. And ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the lovely Deepika. So Deepika, we can start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do? Where are you from?
I think before we even start speaking about myself, I would like to thank you for the introduction you did for me, like beauty and brains combination and more than bravery. And so no, I think the bravery part should definitely go to you, Mark, along with the brains. And boys are normally not referred as beautiful, but I'll even take that word for you, beautiful. Yeah. So how do I start for myself? So like normal Bangalore Janta, I'm also one of the professionals who's working with a bank currently, working as a business analyst, and I've had the privilege to stay in a lot of places in India, being a hostler all my life, but been in Bangalore for quite some time now, more than 5-6 years. This is the second stint that I am in Bangalore, but mainly I'm from a small town in UP, and the common story as to how you come from a small town and then you come to a city like Bangalore and you establish yourself. So I think nothing special over there. A story like lot others, like we keep hearing in Bangalore. But just happy to be here.
You happen to be one of the first. In fact, someone tells me you're the second blood stem cell donors here in India. What motivated you to sort of actually register? First of all, to register, leave alone donate your stem cells. But what motivated you to register online and as a donor?
You would be surprised to hear that if I would have been delayed by 5 minutes, I may not have registered. So I have not registered online. I had registered with a company that I was previously working for.
Oh,
so they had a camp.
That's very interesting. Okay.
And luckily, my meeting ran late. Yes, I always knew that they are going to put up a camp in our organization. And I wanted to do it. But my meeting was running late and I actually ran to the cafeteria where they were doing this. And they were like, ma'am, you are the last. We're just finishing everything up. And then I registered myself.
What was your reaction, Deepika, when you actually got a call from DKMST saying that, we have found a match for your blood type? How did it make you feel?
I mean, first of all, I was out of the country at that point of time. I was in Hong Kong because of my office, and so I was definitely not picking up calls, and I was getting a call from one number constantly. So everyone in my immediate family, my immediate friends, they knew, right, that I was in Hong Kong during my work. So I'll not be picking up calls unless it's necessary.
It's even more fascinating now.
Yeah. So when they actually called me, I was pretty certain somebody is playing a prank. Because what you have to understand is the process takes a lot of time, okay? So I registered myself sometime in 2019. After that, I even changed organizations. And then out of the blue, I have completely forgotten about it because I registered myself and my swab samples were taken. I received a letter from them that yes, you have been registered as a potential stem cell donor and welcome to the club, welcome to the family, blah, 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 everything. But then you just forget about it, right? Because this is not a kind of appeal or this is not a kind of thing that you see every day.
True.
That yes, O plus or some kind of blood group is needed. It's not as simple as that. So when I actually received a first call from them, I was like, somebody's definitely playing a prank, Deepika. It's not going to work that way. Because even when I was registering, I just never thought in my million years that I will actually get a call, that I would be a potential stem cell donor or I'll be a potential match. So once they called me, I told them I will be back to India within 2-3 weeks itself. But they were like, no, it's important. It's really important. And it's someone's life and death. So that is where it caught my attention that no, things are really serious. But I think after that, I came back to India and then they contacted me again. They arranged for a lot of medical tests. They will counsel you a lot. So the organization DKMSD, they will counsel you a lot. They will tell you everything in black and white. They will tell you what kind of impact it may have on your health, which I am clearly telling you, being here, there is no impact at all. You don't feel any kind of pain. You don't have any kind of side effects or anything. But when they put everything in perspective for you, that this is how things are going to be, when they explain you the entire process, I think that is when it started sinking in that yes, whether you still want to go ahead with it or you don't want to go ahead with it.
How did your family react to this when you told them that you're going to be donating your stem cells? Did they support you? Did they have any concerns?
I think if you talk about the support, my family is extremely supportive. Brilliant. Extremely supportive. Brilliant. So whether you talk about my husband, my parents, my sister, in fact, she is the most excited of all. That, yeah, my sister is going to do something and she's going to do something brilliant like this. That's how she puts it. But whether they had apprehensions, yes, they had a lot of apprehensions. In fact, I think more than me asking questions, it was my husband who was asking a lot of questions to the doctor at DKMS and to the counselors and to the people whom I was in touch with, my case manager. So my husband badgered them with questions. Okay. And I always knew that I'm going ahead with it. I think
it's fair enough, right?
Yeah, the call is fair. But I always knew. So I will ask questions. I'll have 2 questions. He'll have 10 questions. That, okay, my wife's health should not take a setback in any manner. So I always knew that I was going to go ahead with this. But it's good that when you have your family's support and then you go ahead with it. So it feels happy that way. So I think if it delays things by 1 or 2 days, that's okay. But eventually it helps. Your family's support matters a lot. So I think the silver lining over here is that yesterday itself, my husband was telling me that, Deepika, I am thinking I should go ahead and register myself with BMST.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So he always knew that he was with me at every step for the entire process. And my family, they do not stay with me. My parents do not stay with me, but they are also aware as to how things are going, right? But still, I never told my husband that, why don't you register yourself? Because that call should come from within. Yes, okay. Yes, absolutely. So when he told me yesterday, I was like, wow, I was waiting to hear this, man, that you plan to register yourself as a potential stem cell donor. So I think I was able to convert one person, right?
You're sending the right message across, which is what we're sitting here and having this conversation about.
So I think that serves the entire purpose here.
For the benefit of the viewers who are watching this podcast or this interview, we've heard about how you registered and the processes and whatever. Can you just briefly talk our viewers through, how the process went? Yeah, you told us how they contacted you.
Yeah.
But then the processes that happened after that, till the time that you actually donated your stem cells.
Yeah. So what you have to understand or keep in mind is the timelines here. I think I was one of the very lucky ones for that I was found as a match for someone so early. So I registered myself in 2019, then forgot completely about it. Then got a call from DKMS in October 2019, if I remember correctly. And then the entire process of a battery of medical tests. So yes, when they call you that you have been identified as a potential match, they will again go ahead with another test to confirm that yes, you are the actual match for the person or the patient for whom you are donating. And then they will undertake a battery of medical tests for you. It could be ranging from diabetes to your blood pressure to your heart activity to everything.
And how long did this take?
Not a lot. I think the entire tests and everything, they were over in 1 or 2 days only.
Okay.
But then getting the results and getting the final call from them, it takes more than 2 weeks because, as I understand, they send the sample out of the country to check whether you are an actual match for the patient or not. So I do not know the medical jargon here, but after you receive the final call from them, then they explain you the further process. So what you have to understand is that you have your stem cells are not sufficient to save someone's life. So they will increase the stem cells in your body, and they do it with the injection that they have.
The GCSF injection.
Yes, the GCSF. Yeah, and they normally tell you that this injection is you are administered this injection twice per day and close to 3 to 4 days, depending upon whom you are donating to. And
so this injection, correct me if I'm wrong, but it actually helps your body boost the number of stem cells that you're going to be donating.
That is correct.
Okay.
So what you have to be mindful of is that you may have some kind of flu-like symptoms once you take this injection, and it's applied to your muscle. So you will face some kind of muscle pains. But then understand the pain is not like you can't manage it or you can't bear it. It's a very normal pain that you normally feel when you have viral, for example, when you have the body aches, the chills, the fatigue. And the organization, BMST, they are very helpful because they will give you the injections at your convenience. So I was working and my project was in full swing at that point of time. I was working almost 12 to 14 hours per day. And I was not in a position to take leaves. So their sister, she came to my home every day as per my convenience. So she used to come to my home at 6 a.m. in the morning to give me an injection. So I think
and then you go back to work?
No. So I'm very lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones in India, I think, that even prior to COVID, my organization gave me work from home option.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, because it's important. Now, what we have to understand is it's important that you work from home at that point of time, or if you can, please take leaves, because if you go out and you contract some kind of disease, for example, even a fever, then it may halt the entire process.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the entire process for which so much money, so much energy has gone, or so much time that has gone into it, everything would be halted. So please take care of yourself at that point of time. And one more thing, for everyone, health is so important, right? So what we have to be mindful is that you cannot work out, physical workout, you cannot do for close to a week, close to 1 week before you are administered the injections, and close to 1 week after you're administered the injections. But I think it's a very small price to pay if you look at the larger scheme of things.
You're such an inspiration, I think, to a lot of people, and you've given a lot of hope to other people. Once again, and on a closing note, I mean, I'm sure we have many people who are going to watch this over and over again. It'll be on our YouTube channel. It'll be on the Lifesavers channel. What message would you like to give people out there to, come forward and at least register to be?
You yourself said, Mark, register yourself, because you can be a potential lifesaver for someone.
So it's not what you're trying to say is it's not necessary that if you register, you will have to donate.
Yes,
can you
exactly
clarify that?
Definitely.
Okay.
So if you are found as a potential match, then also it's not compulsory that you go ahead and donate.
So you do have the choice.
Yes.
Even if you're a match, you can actually say no.
It's absolutely your choice at the end of the day, because a lot of circumstances might be there whether you want to donate or you don't want to donate. So, but register yourself, because it might give you a chance to potentially save someone's life. And I think that is why we are on earth, right?
Absolutely.
Not only to take, but to give back.
Give back. Yes, my parents always brought us up like, if you can make a difference, not just saving a life, but if you can make a difference to one person's life today, it might be just a smile, it might be just a friendly pat, it might be just a meal that you've done your duty to humanity.
Exactly.
And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, This has been absolutely fantastic talking to this lovely lady, Deepika Ladwani, who has been a stem cell donor herself. She's actually told you her story of how she's not perhaps, as the doctors are saying, she's definitely saved somebody's life. And we'd like to leave you with this message, all right? Please do register with us. Get onto our website. We're going to put the address right at the bottom of the screen. Just register. You never know. You never know. You might get that call. You might not get that call. But you also never know. You could be a potential lifesaver. Keep following us on our YouTube channel, on our website. Otherwise, just log on to DKMS. You could get all the information you need over there. But let's try and make a difference. Let's try and change life. Let's give life. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back with another episode in a few days' time. From myself, Mark Rigo, and the lovely Deepika Ladwani, who deserves huge salutations. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.